Hey, Owen here. So I've just come back from uni for the summer holidays and I've been attempting to unpack, and I've kind of realised that I don't actually have as much room for all of my stuff as I thought. So I've been doing a bit of a clear out, and I thought that would be a great opportunity to go through my stash and show you guys what I've got, and also I'd like to give some of the kits away, so keep watching. So at the moment I have 15 kits in my stash, which probably isn't a lot. Leave a comment below with the number of kits that you have in your stash. I'll be interested to find out. But I have 15 kits. Some of them are in quite big boxes and I just don't have the room to store them. So I'd like to give some of them away. The first two that I'm going to start with are ones that I'd like to give away to you guys, but they're not in mint condition. So with this Fw190 kit, there are 2 decals missing, and with this bolt and pull Defiant kit, I've started painting some of the parts on the sprue. But if you would be interested in taking them off my hands, send me an email to quick_kits@yahoo.com and say which kit you would like and also which country you're from. And depending on how many people email me, I'll pick someone at random and I'll send you the kit. I'm going to go through each kit and take a look inside them if they're open, and just show you what the parts are like. So there you go, there are some decals missing from this kit as I had to use them on the Fw190 that I've built because I ruined them with some paint, so I had to replace them with ones from this kit. So that's why they're missing, but other than that, this kit has not been touched. So all of the parts are still in their plastic. From building this kit, I can tell you that all of the parts fit very well, apart from the engine cowling, which was a little bit small and needed some fill around it. The detail is very good, and altogether it's a pretty good Fw190 kit in 1/72 scale, I would say. And if you haven't seen my build video of this kit, you can click the link in the video description or in the cards to have a watch. So the next kit that I would like to give away to you guys, if you would be interested in having it, is the 1/72 scale Airfix bolt and pull Defiant Mark 1. Again, I have already built this kit, so I'm not too interested in building it again. I did it as a beginner's video, and if you haven't seen it and you'd be interested in learning some tips for beginners, click the link in the video description or in the cards. So in terms of the parts of this kit, as you can see, I've already started painting some of the interior green on it. So if you're not bothered about that and you'd still like this kit, send me an email, quick_kits@yahoo.com with your country. So from building this, I can tell you all the parts fitted perfectly. There was absolutely no fitting issues with this kit. The details, very nice for 1/72 scale aircraft, I would say. And this kit comes with 2 paint schemes, so one's for the Night Fighter, February 1941, July 1940. So quite a lot of small decals on this sheet. They're very well printed, as Airfixes usually are. So if you'd like it, send me an email. So these next 6 kits I would really like to give away to a charity called Models for Heroes. I've talked about Models for Heroes before on the channel, but if you haven't heard, they're a small charity based in the UK who are taking donations of model kits and monetary donations as well, and they're working with some of the larger charities like Help for Heroes and Combat Stress to run therapeutic modelling sessions with ex-servicemen and women. I think they're doing an amazing job and I'd like to support them, so I think I'll send them these kits, which I have opened but I haven't touched with paint or anything, so I can send them to them. So let's have a look at these kits here. So first up we have this little T-34-76 kit. As you can see, not too many parts. I think it's mainly intended for like tabletop wargaming. It's got some kind of little flag here, but some very nice moulded details such as like the tow ropes here. This kit doesn't come with any decals though. A cute little kit which would be really easy for someone to build if they were just starting out with the hobby. Next up we have the 1/72 scale Airfix Tomahawk 2B. I have already done an inbox review of this kit, which is on Facebook. You can click the link in the video description if you want to watch it. And this is unopened, so I'm not going to open it. Hopefully someone will really enjoy building that. Next up we have 1/72 scale Airfix BF109 G6. I've built two of these before in the past a very long time ago. So this kit comes with two paint schemes, Germany, September 1943. And then the second paint scheme is a Swiss 109 from 1945. There's not too many decals, but they're all nicely printed. And you do get a decal for the spiral on the spinner, which is really useful. It's got recessed panel lines, this kit, but it lacks any interior detail on the side walls. Two types of cockpit. Unfortunately, you can't make it open, though it has to be a closed cockpit. Next, we have the Airfix 1/72 scale Red Arrows Nat starter set for the Red Arrows in 1978. So here's the decal set. You get limited to just the insignia, no stencil data, which is to be expected of an Airfix starter kit. Now, I haven't built this kit, so I can't say anything about how it comes together, but I've read good things about it and I don't think there are any major issues. However, if you have built this kit and you have come across anything, leave a comment below. So I haven't opened these parts, so I won't open them. But there are some very nice fine recessed panel lines there. There's a little bit of flashing on the sprue, but as far as I can tell, it's only minimal, and otherwise it looks very good. Next we have yet another BF109. This is the E4 type from August 1940. So here's the decal sheet. Got quite an extensive number of decals, including stencil data. So I have actually built this kit before, and when I did, I didn't come across any problems with it. Having a look at it now, I can't see any flashing on the sprue. The cockpit can be built open or closed. Cockpit is probably the most fiddly part about this kit. It can be a bit difficult to fit properly, so just be careful if you are building this kit. So the final kit that I'm giving away to Models for Heroes is a 1/72 scale Airfix Stuka. Okay, so this kit comes with two paint schemes: France, August 1940, Spain, 1938. So you've got the Spanish decals, you've got the German decals, and the stencil data. Okay, so I haven't opened these parts, so I won't open them. But just from looking through the plastic here, I can see that there is basically no flashing on the sprue, which is very nice. Some very fine recessed panel lines, and the canopy is in separate parts, so you can build it open or closed. So just looking through the instructions here, you can see that the interior detail is very nice, and the construction looks very sensible as well. It looks like these braces make sure that you get the wings at the right angle, which is always difficult with some Stuka kits. If you've built this Stuka, let me know what it's like in the comments section. So those are the 6 kits that I'm going to be giving to Models for Heroes, and hopefully they'll be really appreciated. So if you're thinking that you've got quite a large stash and you'd like to give some kits away to a good cause, there might be similar things in the US, I think, if you're living there. But in the UK, Models for Heroes is a good cause to give to, and I'll leave their website in the description if you want to check it out and send some stuff to them. And I'll put their postage address here as well. So like me, you can send some kits to them. Okay, so these last 7 kits are the ones that I'm actually going to be keeping for myself to build. About 7 kits is more than enough for me to have in my stash, because I only usually build about 5 a year or something like that. So this will last me quite a while. So let's start with the Bismarck. So it's still looking the same as it did probably last time that I showed it to you. I haven't done any work on it. I'm just not feeling inspired with it, to be honest. Overall, it's a fairly nicely detailed kit, and I have bought the Eduard set of photo etch detail to add to it, which hopefully should make it look even better. But it's just like fiddly things like that I'm not really looking forward to. But if anyone has any advice for building ships, leave a comment below and I'd be interested to hear it. I'm also wondering if maybe I was wrong to start with 1/600th scale. Maybe 1/350th scale would have been better, because it would be a bit larger and a bit less fiddly. I don't know, what are your thoughts on that as well? Next up, it's the 1/76th scale Airfix Cromwell Mark IV. I heard a lot of good things about this kit, so I decided to pick it up and give it a go. And I actually got pretty far along with it. As you can see, it's pretty much built, and it's even got the first layer of paint on it. And from my memory, because I started this a long time ago, it is a very nice kit. Like, all of the parts fitted really nicely. And my favourite thing about it is these tracks, which are moulded just like normal plastic. So there's no fiddling around with rubber band tracks, which is always awful. Next up is a kit that I'm really excited to start, which is the Hasagawa 1/48 scale 0. This kit was sent to me by Martin in Malta, who's a subscriber to the channel. So if you're watching this, Martin, sorry I haven't got around to building this yet. I've just been pretty busy with other stuff. So, I mean, just look at this. Like, all of these parts look so well moulded. The interior detail is just beautiful. Engine detail, very crisp, very fine. Instrument panel looks amazing. All of the panel lines on the body are really fine, recessed, very nice detail. Absolutely no flashing anywhere. Then you get a wide selection of decals, and there are 2 sets of markings, 302nd Naval Flying Group and the 653rd Flying Group. Next up, I have a 1/48 scale Airfix Spitfire, and I have actually started painting some of the parts for this one. That doesn't look like the right shade of green, but whatever. So this kit's great. It's actually got 3 paint schemes. So it's got an August 1938 paint scheme, a mid-1941 training unit scheme, the Mark 1 August 1940. But all the parts look great on the sprue, very well detailed, not very much flashing. I think it'll be a really nice kit to build. And the reason I want to keep this as well is because, well, I had an idea that I would like to build up sort of a collection of 1/48 scale World War II fighter planes. So I'd have my Mirage Hobby 1/48 scale PZL P11C, my Hasagawa 1/48 scale 0, and then Airfix 1/48 scale Spitfire. I thought that would be quite a nice collection to build up. So one day maybe I'll get around to doing that. Next is a big one. It's the Airfix 1/72nd scale Lancaster B1 and B3. And I want to keep this one because I know that quite a few of you have been asking me to build a Lancaster bomber. So eventually I will get around to building this one and doing a video on it. So the one thing that annoyed me about this kit was that it doesn't come with any bombs for the bomb bay. And if you want to add bombs to it, you have to buy the Airfix bomber resupply set. So I didn't think that was very cool. So it comes with 2 paint schemes. We've got August 1943, and we also have a 1945 scheme, and then a large decal sheet with your insignia and quite nice stencil detail. It even has some little maps there to put on the navigator's table. I think I'm not going to put too much effort into doing the interior on this one because it's just going to get sealed away. So I'll probably throw it together pretty quickly and just crack on with it. So yeah, it's fairly well detailed. I have built the Revel version of this in 1/72nd scale, and I think that the Revel one looks like it's more detailed than this. The Revel one comes with actual engines inside the cowlings and things that you can take apart, and the Revel one comes with bombs to put in. So maybe if you're considering a Lancaster bomber, go with the Revel, but I haven't built this one yet, so I'll see how it turns out and how it compares. Let me know if you have built this one and the Revel one, and what you think about the kits, which one you think's better. Okay, so here we have the Ryfield Models M1a1 Abrams. I have made some progress with this one. What I can say about this one is the detail is fantastic, and all the parts have gone together really well so far. It's been really fun to build. And there's still quite a lot of parts to go. So this one has a large selection of clear parts for things like the periscopes. It's got some nice decals and there are a couple of options, and it also has some photo etch parts. And the tracks are all plastic, hard plastic moulded, so they're going to be really nice to put on and weather. Nice extra parts like the jerry cans and stuff that you get, and the machine guns, and the detail on this is fantastic. Amazing kit. One thing that I would like to point out about this kit is some of the numbering of the parts is messed up. Here it just doesn't give you a part number for this, so I've written in it's B29, and they made a mistake here by calling that part E20 when it's E21. So if you're building this kit, just read the instructions carefully and look at the sprue and make sure that there's nothing missing. Finally, the 1/24th scale Airfix Spitfire Mark 5B, which my friends got me for my 20th birthday last September. So I have started building the Merlin engine. There you go. And this would be my first 1/24th scale model kit. It is, I think, an older tooling, and it shows because there is a lot of flashing on the parts. It's like, it's really bad. But, you know, I'll work over that. It's just going to have to be a little bit of a challenge kit for me. So I don't think I'm going to do a build video on this one, but it will just be something that I'm going to build for myself just to have fun. Because sometimes filming everything, it does make it difficult and does take a lot of the enjoyment out of it. So it would be nice for me to have something just to work on that isn't being filmed. Pretty good detail, not very well moulded though. Got a ginormous decal sheet, some stencil data, nice insignias and things. You also get a selection of paints and glue with it, which I probably won't use. Rubber wheels, so there. And then clear parts, so it comes with a clear instrument detail, which then slots into the panel wherever that's gone. Got some the little side windows moulded into it there, which is quite nice. That one's going to be a challenge, but hopefully a fun one, so I'm looking forward to that. 1942 paint scheme with the sort of grey-green colours, which I really like, so that should be really nice. Fun to do. So once again, just to wrap up, if you would like either of these two kits, send me an email including which one you would like and your country, and I'll pick someone at random to send them to. And this selection of kits is going off to Models for Heroes now, because I don't think I'm ever going to build these, and they're going to a good cause. And I hope that this has provided you with some inspiration to maybe clear out your own stash and send some of your kits to a good cause if you don't think you're going to ever get around to building them. And then here are some of the ones that I'm keeping. I think I've got a good selection here of modern tank, got World War II tank, and then some various scales of World War II aircraft. I know there's not any modern stuff, but whatever. I think that's plenty for me to work on now, so I'm happy with keeping just that stuff. So, thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.